Thank you very much to Treya for this challenge. So what we have here is we have the attendance of each pupils of the prep school for 3 terms. So if I just click into the first one, this is term 1 here, term 2 and term 3. And we can see that they're all pretty similarly structured. It's just that this first column for the second and third term have F1 in them rather than the first name. So when we union them together, so we create a union step and have all 3 inputs feeding into that, then what will happen initially is that when it comes through to here, then it looks like this. It's got an F1 and a first name, and we need to make sure that we merge these together, or basically tell Tableau Prep that we want to add this first name to F1, and then it comes through and stacks them all the way that we want them to, and we've got all these now aligned, which is good. Then we know that we've got 3 terms worth of data, but we only care about the attendance for the whole year. So we can sum these days present and days absent together. So we can group by our first names and last names and sum together our days present and our days absent. At this point as well, we can join on the information about what year group each of our students are in. So that's where I've chosen to do that, and then remove any unnecessary fields. So the join is joining on the first name and on the last name, so we maintain that 1000 rows of record. Okay, and then we're going to create a full name field just for our output. So we do this we use a calculated field. We have the first name plus a space and then plus the last name, so that we get the full name there. Now we're ready to calculate we get rid of our first name and last name at that point. And now we're ready to calculate our yearly attendance rate. So we do that in a calculated field again. So we're doing up 100 times by the days present over the days present plus the days absent to get our total number of days. And we're just rounding that to 2 decimal places as well. So then we can see their kind of attendance rate throughout the year. And we can see there is cause for concern because there are students who only have 38% attendance. Wow. So for our first output, we're looking to celebrate that highest attendance rate pupil. So we are going to do a ranking field. So if we take a look at our year attendance rate, go to the menu there, go to create calculated field and create a rank. If I were to click on that, then that would look like this. So we're just making sure that our year attendance rate is going in descending order so that the top student who's attended the most is ranked number 1. And then what we want to do is click on our number 1 ranked students, and we want to keep only those students. And then what we get, after we've removed a couple of fields, is we get our full name, our year attendance and our ranking. And we can actually see that we've got 2 students who fall into this category. So they both should probably be recognised, shouldn't they? Now we're looking for the students who are in the top 5%. So for each year group this time. So we're still going to use a ranking actually on that year attendance rate. But this time we're going to use a percentile rank instead. And I must admit I had never really used a percentile rank before. I've never really seen the use case for them, but this makes a lot of sense actually. If we're looking for each year group, which we're grouping by here, we just want to find those students that fit into the top 5%, and this is a really easy way for us to find those students. So basically anything lower than 0.05, that means that they're in the top 5% because we're sorting in descending order. So we have our percentage ranking here, and then we just need to filter that so that we have only students who have between 0 and 0.05, so in that top 5% of our percentage ranking there. And then we can remove all the unnecessary fields, and we just have these 55 rows for those students. And of course we've got our outputs there as well, just outputting these as CSVs as trainer informed, and that's the challenge. So thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something new, and see you in the next one.